type of events we don't want to have. But late last week, we had identified a leak in one of our major transmission lines from our well fields in Rotterdam. That was being worked on, and approximately 4 a.m. this morning, another leak developed in the line. That is still putting a lot of water out of it. We have city crews along with Carver Construction are isolating the break and will begin repair work as soon as we can get everything shut down. Schenectady County Department of Health has been notified, even though at this point I don't have any reason to believe that there's been any contamination or impairment of the quality of the water in the system. We have notified Niskayuna that to reduce their consumption, we supply a good portion of the water to Niskayuna. We've shut down all our splash pads, and what I am asking residents immediately is to engage in voluntary conservation of water within the city of Schenectady. Have the option of making that mandatory, but would hope that people would take this seriously and work with us in the short term as we get the break identified, get it shut down, and we will make repairs to it. This probably is going to take at least 48 hours to do that, and have Commissioner LaFond here and Chief Burns, Chief Clifford to address specific public safety issues. Paul, do you want to just...
Pardon me? Paul LaFond, Commissioner of OGS. Paul LaFond. As the mayor said, it will take probably 48 hours for us to just get the leak isolated and get prepped for what we would need and what materials we're going to need. But as soon as the break is isolated with regards to backfeeding, the line is a big line, so all that water has to be drained from that line before work can begin to make the repairs. So it will take a day or two to get all that water out of the lines, then we can start our repair. Again, the health department has been informed. There is no worry about any boil water at this time, and we will work around the clock to get the situation resolved. If there's any other questions? The line is a large line, so there's a lot of water in it. And because it's in the lower area of the city down by the water wells, that water has to drain out of that line. Once that water is drained, obviously then we can go in and start making the repairs. So it just depends how long it takes for that water to just come out of the line. It's isolated on 2 different ends, so it just has to drain naturally now, and then the repairs will start. Well, Niskayuna draws some water from the city of Schenectady. We do provide them with, a percentage of the water. So they have been notified that, again, they'll be going on a voluntary, conservation measure too. There was a leak on Friday. We did see the leak on Friday. We were notified by the town of Rotterdam because our line does run through Rotterdam. It was shut down, and it was draining so that we could start work this week. And then a second leak appeared. So this is the leak we're working on now, right in the same vicinity. About between 4 and 4:30 this morning.
Right now, it's just a mayor asking for a voluntary conservation. But mayor said at some point it could become mandatory.
there's no boil water advisory now because it's isolated. The mandatory, the mayor was looking at would be mandatory conservation measures. So what we would do is monitor our reservoir. Our reservoir holds about 18 million gallons, so we would monitor our reservoir. There's still water being fed to the reservoir, but we like to keep at least, 14 to 15 million gallons in the reservoir. That's about a day's supply. So we still continue to pump into the reservoir, but one line will be compromised while the repair is being made. So if there is continued water use, if the mayor could go into a mandatory if we feel that the reservoir is getting too low.
So for residents in primary factor, is it affecting the water pressure?
No, not at all. No, not at all.
Fire chief and police chief are available. Commissioner, again, it's still evolving. We'll keep people updated and looking at more of an inconvenience than a